Hmm. Did I put it elsewhere? That's there. There's that. Well, that's very odd. That is very, very odd. Because I should have it here, and I don't know where it is. And that's actually going to bug me now. Anyways, basically what it is was I put in the game, I turned it on, and nothing happened. And just nothing happened. 3 degrees of Justin's butt. So yeah, it's just been kind of... Anyways, I turned it on, put in the game, turn it on. You can tell how ADD my brain is here. So I put in the game, turn it on, and the screen comes up, but the Nintendo that comes up is just barely there. And I work on the, I turn the, the brightness or the tint on it, and it just goes away. So it's dead, and it wouldn't even play the game. So tried new battery. I may have just put it away someplace, to tell you the honest to goodness truth. Can you hear that? Doggies. Those are my doggies. Oh, they're going to the dog park. Okay. Those are my doggies. They're getting ready to go to the dog park. So their little feet's on the thing. Yeah, I don't know. So I need a new Game Boy somewhere. So I gotta try and find a new Game Boy. So did I put it underneath here? No, I didn't put it underneath there. So yeah, I need new Game Boy, which is kind of sad. I got my Game Boy Advance, but it's pink and it's not backlit. So unfortunately. What is this? All butter stem ginger cookies. Ooh, dark Belgian chocolate. That sounds really good. An entire bag. Pawn shopping or flea market. And maybe going next Sunday because I get paid on Friday. Finally, I get paid on Friday. It's awesome. It's going to be so great. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the reason. Yeah, I actually my chair is actually really stiff, so I actually sit on a couple of pillows. So there Katie, everything. I'm sitting on the chair. Hey Mahi, good to see you here. Oh, Christy Coco Pop and Agers, the job is going very well. We just had our first tests. Basically, I'm doing call center stuff for Xerox. And we have 3 weeks of training. And then we have 2 weeks on the phones with a trainer to make sure that, we're doing correctly. We're not screwing up. And it's going very well. It's going very, very well. And I'm going to be working for a client other than, because basically what it is, a lot of you are saying, gosh, what are you doing? No, you won't be able to, because Xerox has call centers and they license those out to businesses. And I'm working for one of those businesses. I'm not working for Verizon. I'm sure that I can tell you guys next week where I'm working, but I just want to make sure because even I wasn't sure where I was going to be. But yeah, it's going to be a call center, and I'm actually very excited to work for them. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know where I'm working if I can, when I can tell people where I'm working. But oh, so yeah, it's nice, and that's the nice thing, you know. I'm gonna get paid regularly, which is a big thing. I actually haven't been paid for a while, so we've been living off of savings. There's the blip money and there's the YouTube money, but uh, I just really needed to get paid. I needed money because you can't survive without paying your bills. Bill collectors don't care, you know. And when a business tells you that they're going to pay you and then they don't, you got to leave that business. And yeah, you know, the first thing of a business is you've got to take care of your employees. Because if you don't take care of your employees, they leave. You know, you can start a business all you want, but if you don't pay your employees, they're going to go away. And then you'll have to find new employees, and then there'll be a time for, you know. So you say, you know what, I've got to go elsewhere. So I did, and luckily, very, very lucky. Big thanks to my friend Ari. I know you're probably not watching this, Ari, but big thanks to Ari for helping me find this job. It's not one I'm going to be at, you know, forever. In fact, one of the in our class that I'm taking, we're one of the smarter classes, I guess, and one of the big bosses at Xerox came into our class and even said, now, we realize that this isn't going to be your last job. It's not going to be your last job. Somebody's going to take you away from us. And when they do, good for them. I hope that you leave us for a better place. Not many businesses say that. So I'm still looking for a different job. One that will be more 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. But until then, I'm going to work really hard at this job so that I can save up money so I can finish Famicom and Writer. Because this needs to be taken care of very soon. You know? Got screwed out of hours. No, Ducato, no. And I do want to thank the people who have donated. Somebody sent me a donation earlier this week, and I want to give a big thanks to them. Let me find the... I want to make sure that I get their name correct. So hold on. Tia W was very kind and sent a donation for You Can Play This and or Famicom and Writer shows. So Tia, I want to thank you very, very much, and sincerely, that was very kind of you, and to everybody who has donated. But Tia sent most recently, so thank you very much, Tia. It was very nice. I think you just discovered a Game Boy German manual for 130 euros. Oh, $172? Oh my goodness, Decor. That's way expensive. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they just missed us. So yes, I'm going to keep working hard and making videos. I've got some of the Go games down here pulled out and ready to do reviews on for my Go episode, which will be one big long episode, And, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you watch it. It'll actually have a little thing at the very beginning, a little menu. So as I'm talking to you, just before I go into the review, you'll see a little menu pop down, and it'll say, if you want to see how to play Go, go here. If you want to see the video games, go here. So there you go. Oh, I say snazzy. Der Cork, I say snazzy. Yeah. Oh, I've worked some really horrid jobs before. I've worked actually a call center, but it was outgoing. It wasn't incoming. It was outgoing. We were calling people, and I walked out of that job after a month and a half. Yep. Never going to. Costumes for the next Kamen Rider. Actually, Shadow Crone, yes, I have. I'm interested in seeing how it is. I'm not happy that they're going with the fruit type of things. I think it looks too cheesy. Now, that might just mean that this show is not for me and I'll have to wait for the next one. But, yeah, I'm not a fan of the show, of the new costumes. Once again, I'm still going to give it a shot, but it'll be cheesy or fruity. DJ, it'll actually be fruity. You've worked at a steel mill before, Dutch Deca. Wow. Steel, you know what? Hard work is hard work. But I'd rather take hard work over dumb work anytime. Work where you just mind-numbingly dull work, stupid work. Yeah, I can't do that. I'd rather come home exhausted than come home dumb because work just sucked all the smart out of you, you know. Your first paycheck was $8. Hey, Lone Mouse Wolf, how you doing? Dunkin' Donuts. Well, and I don't even mind being customer service that way. I don't mind being a cashier. I actually really enjoyed being a waiter. When I did waiting for, oh gosh, I was a waiter several places. I was a waiter at a place called Yakitori here in the Springs. I was a busboy for Fur's Cafeteria. I was a waiter at Jun's Japanese restaurant. I know I was a waiter someplace else. They were thinking of making me a waiter at Musashi, but we won't talk about Musashi. I've worked at a lot of Japanese restaurants. This was when I was really into my wanting to learn Japanese time. Part-time baker. Now, Quebecer, that sounds very interesting because you'd have to wake up very early to get to that. May I tell you about our specials? Actually, it was never like that. I'd come over and I'd serve people. One of the things that I was very proud of, wherever I was a waiter, was that I always remembered who ordered what. That made me very proud, and that's part of being good. And I actually took that from watching Tampopo. Honest. I watched Tampopo, and when I became a waiter, it was very important that I always knew who ordered what. So I always, when I'd write down the orders, I'd start with a specific person. I wouldn't wait and say, sir, are you ready? Who's first? I'd always approach one person, and if they were ready, then I'd go. And then I'd make a note. And then I'd actually write it in a circle. I'd write everything they wanted in a circle so that when I'd come back out, I'd have that note right on on my tray, and I could serve the people exactly. and I never was wrong, not once. And I was a good waiter, you know. We had in June's we had a big party for a Japanese company that was sponsoring a race car at the Pikes Peak roadway when it first opened, and they came into June's and they had a big sushi party. But they ordered specific things as well, and I was one of the two waiters that worked that table, and I worked specific things. And yeah, it you know that's I always knew who did what, and I was always on task to pour their beer or to get more water for them and stuff. So yeah, it was. Hey, take care, Christy Coco Pop. I know she's probably already gone, but still. Um, elderly care, elderly career. It was a good, fulfilling job. The only reasons I'm not doing it is my first. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. I growing up with my grandparents raising me, I've always been very okay with talking to elderly people and to older people. In fact, I relate more with older people than I do with younger people. Um, that's very interesting. That sounds like it would have been a fun job. And Mr. Young, my favorite summer job was being a grunt in a Super Sentai program. You watch the old show from the 90s and you'll probably see me as one of the expendable faceless foot soldiers. Well, very cool. If you have kindly customers. Completely, Miss Young, you know. Game Boy and Amazon. We oh, $25 is not bad actually. Cuz that's $30 and that's about what they go for. A good Game Boy will go for about $30. So, they've got some up in Denver for I think 30 or $40. But yeah. No, that's about average. That's about average. I had I actually traded in my first Game Boy. So the Game Boy I have was actually not my first Game Boy. But I had bought a Game Boy Black, a black Game Boy, and now I can't find it. I really don't know where the heck it went. It's kind of bothering me that it's broken, but you know it doesn't make any sense that I would try and find it because it's broken. So that's a kind of oh well. Post run, no worries. Yeah, I sold a lot of original things. The Nintendo I have is not my original. Um, either of them. Uh, my Famicom is, but it's fried, and that's how I know not to use another power cord because I fried mine. And then I read use the original power cord or you'll fry it, and I was like, fuck. So, I don't think any of these systems is actually my original. No, the PlayStation is. That's my original PlayStation. My original Game Boy, because I only bought one Game Boy. I can't remember if this is my original Super Nintendo or not. I don't think that it is, but it might be. Either way, I've got a Super Game Boy, so I can always and the Xbox 360, and the PlayStation 2, and the Wii, and the Wii U. Those are all, and the PlayStation 3, you know, PS3. Those are all original, but those are more modern ones. Your Genesis is your second one. Your original one died. Your SNES died, so your friend gave him the second SNES. A lot of your old assistants. Oh, to your sister and your kids? Well, that's cool. I just pawned mine because when I was younger, I was bad with money. I really was horrible with money. Um, and then I moved to Florida, 1,800 miles away from anyone who could help me. You grow up very quickly when you have nobody to fall back on. And and it was a good thing that I actually became homeless, because it taught me a lesson to be more careful with your money, and I was, and it was a tough lesson to learn, but I still kept, and it wasn't like I didn't have a job. It wasn't homeless like that. I just didn't have a place to live because my roommate actually moved out to be with her boyfriend, who then turned into her husband. And so when the power went off, when everything went off, I had no choice. I had to leave, and I had no place to go. So I slept on some couches. I slept in my car most of the time. Slept in a crash house only one night. Slept in my car a lot. But you know what? You learn. And then I finally moved in with a person who also worked at the TV station that I worked at, and he and his girlfriend had gotten a house or an apartment, and she moved out, so I stayed with him, and yeah, that's how that happened. Hey, Emily. J-Dub lived in a van down by the river. I would have loved to have lived in a van down by the ocean, but we weren't close enough to the water. I lived in Tallahassee. Would have loved to have lived near the ocean. Every once in a while, I'd go up to Jacksonville, and we'd go to the ocean up there, and I miss the ocean because, that's on the Atlantic side, and it's warm water. I fell asleep so many times, just the best. Just the best. I could have lived there easily. Carolinas, no. Florida, actually, Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville was up in Georgia. Could be wrong. I don't even remember. No, it wasn't Jacksonville, Georgia. No, it was Jacksonville, Florida. It was about an hour away. Just really nice to go to. Slightly overrated, especially in hurricane season. Yeah, that's DJ. Yeah, sorry about them. But I love the ocean. I've seen both, and I've been to the Panhandle. So I've seen all this, all that water, but yeah, I just really missed the ocean on the Atlantic side. It was just really nice. Got to see the Pacific in Japan. Obviously, it's an island, but I actually got to go up to it. Would have loved to have taken some water. I know that water is like, it's universal, but even just a little bit of sand and water and put it into a little container just to have water from that area, that would have been wonderful. Just like the coast of Japan, yeah. It's just so nice, isn't it, Miss Young? It feels good. I love the ocean. But I also love the mountains. And I go outside every day and I just take a big breath of that Colorado air. What little we have of it here, but I take a big breath of the Colorado air, and it's fantastic. I just really, really love it. Oh yeah, nice lovely breeze, and it's warm. Yeah, because we here are almost 7,000 feet. above sea level. And when you get up to things like Cripple Creek, which is 9,000 feet above sea level, and then you get up to Pikes Peak, which is 14,000 feet above sea level, it's it's quite the thing. Actually, my friends, yeah, well, DJ and you know, they came up. It was a lot of fun. That was the best air you've ever breathed. What little there was of it. We got to have you back, man. I miss you. I miss you guys, and we got to do a weekly talk or something because I really miss you guys. And you know, we got to have you. We got to have you back here. Right now, like I said, I work Tuesday through Saturday in the mornings, but when I get on the floor there, we'll see what my schedule is. But yeah, you go to school in Montreal. Oh. But I love Canada. I really do. All my Canadian friends are. I just absolutely miss you. So, video game tester. Well, there you go. Are you nuts? Staccato, I don't know how you could pay attention to two things. Used to work in an old sawmill in front of rapids in the middle of the forest. Oh, and there's another thing that I miss about Florida is all the trees. I really miss the trees because there were so many trees. Oh, it was for the video game tester job. Okay. Wow. That's amazing. Well, next time you guys come out here, we'll go to Garden of the Gods. We'll take you up in the mountains. If you come in the fall time, we'll go and we'll see the aspens turning color. It's beautiful because those little leaves turn gold, practically gold. Some of them turn red, orange, yellow, and then this beautiful gold before they fall, and it's just amazing watching the aspens change. Yeah, it's fantastic. Will I ever do a vlog with Apollo Z? Heck, Shadowcrone Apollo is one of my very close friends, and you know, I don't get to talk with him as much either. But yes, you can bet your life that if he ever has time off and he would like to do another vlog, I would be more than happy to do another vlog with him. I think the world of him, so. It's usually at the peak, Johnny. Aspen season is actually fairly short. You've got to catch it. It's like within a 2-week time period. It's like within 14 days. If you don't catch it in that 14 days, then they start to turn brown and then they fall off. But if you can catch it, it's got to be at a specific time, but it's a lot of fun. Oh, New England foliage. I'll bet that's incredible. I would love to see New England. I mean, see the place of our, you know, our founding fathers and mothers, and that'd be just wonderful. As a matter of fact, last year, some fans brought me out to a convention, which was very kind of them. And at the convention, it was really wonderful. But at the convention, we were driving through Arkansas to get back to Memphis, and as we were leaving the small little city that we were in Arkansas, just all this, there were trees everywhere, and it was fall, and they started to turn, you know, some green trees, some orange